Good day, Limerick Chapel family. This week we are looking at Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23, and the fruit of the Spirit. This is a familiar passage probably to many of us. It is what John Stott called the 9 graces that are to characterize the Christian in their relationship with God, with others, and even with themselves. And I'm sure as we look at this week and as you meditate on this passage on your own, you will be reminded of how far short you come, just as I have been meditating and realizing and thinking afresh on how far short I come in these things. And we are reminded that we have yet to attain that which God has yet to produce in us and will one day do in us in final glory. But here Paul is talking about, as he's talking about the fruit of the Spirit, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, kindness, patience, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. And we could spend time delving into each one of those things, and I would encourage you to do that this week. What does it look like for us to be loving to God and to others, for us to have joy at all times because we have joy in God, to be patient with others, to be kind? That's not mere sentimentality. That is a purposeful and devoted intention to love and serve others even when they have wronged us. There is a desire to be faithful, reliable, kind, gentle, and self-control that is not controlled by our impulses and desires, but rather to control ourselves, our mind, our feelings, our emotions, our desires. I want you to notice the opening and closing words of these 2 verses. Paul calls this the fruit of the Spirit. These are the fruit of the Spirit. And it's important the way he puts that. He doesn't say these are the things that you and I do. These are our works, so that we have to, by virtue of mere grit and strength and determination, we produce these things in ourselves, so that the way you grow in these things and the way we must grow in these things is not through self-reliance. But nor is it merely the works of the Spirit, so that you and I are passive in this, as if we can just let go and the Spirit will do this. We are empty vessels that the Spirit's just going to pour these things into, and we have no part in it. That's not what it is either. Rather, this is the fruit of the Spirit as we lean on and trust and actively submit to, or as Paul will say just a couple of verses earlier, he says we are led by the Spirit. That's what produces this fruit. It is that humble submission and being willing to be led by the Spirit that produces these things in us. So the way to get this is to delight in and lean on and chase after, pursue God, and you will find Him doing and working these things in you. And then at the very end, he says, against such things there is no law. Well, what is he talking about there? What do laws, what are they meant to do, and how are they meant to operate not only in our lives but in the world? Well, they are there to restrain evil, to restrict that which will cause harm. They are there to act as guardrails so that the culture, the country, the group may thrive. And that's what these fruits of the Spirit produce, that thriving. There is no law because there is no harm in any of these. As we lean on and submit and pursue the Lord, He produces these things in us, and we will thrive, we will flourish. There is no reason to have any laws against those, for these will be for our good, for the good of those around us, and for the glory of God. I hope this is encouraging to you as you meditate on it this week. Love you all. Bye-bye.